There, I just started it just now. Hey, this is Alvin.
Hey, it's Parapants. Welcome. Happy New Year.
Yes, 2018. We haven't done a show in a while,
You're probably very happy for that,
but
but we came back to ruin it.
nobody's listening. But
Oh no, we've gotten plenty of Dom votes, so somebody's
yeah, feel
listening.
free to go ahead and just downvote this right now. Yeah, all
Bury
right.
this, bury this channel.
It's the new anime season, so we're going to try something different. Instead of picking a couple shows and suffering through them to the end, we are going to watch the first episode of every show we can get our hands on this season, excluding shows that are continuation from the last season.
Whoa. Isn't the one we just watched a
No,
continuation?
this is a part of a series, but it's the first episode of that series.
Really? So this isn't a continuation of last seasons of
As
the
far
last
as I
season?
know, no.
Oh man, that does not bode
All
well.
right, so first show we watched was Fate slash Grand Order colon Moonlight slash Lost Room.
Guiding.
Yeah, no, not don't lie to the listener. Now it's not called no guidance.
That's a lot of words.
Um, in briefly, what do you want to say a few words?
I think that sums up this entire episode is a few words.
You mean
More
the
than a few words.
you mean that title?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like the episode mirrors the title in that there's a fuck ton of words.
Yeah. All right, so
Words.
I probably said this in another episode, but like I tried watching a Fate show once.
Me too.
Oh, well, it wasn't the same one I watched. So I know like all right, there's these people that like they get assigned these like powerful subordinates based on like um what is that thing? What's that word for like an idiom or something? It's like you've got like, oh, my name's Lancer, I use lances, or I'm Rider, and like I can commandeer any vehicle, or I'm Archer, and I use this.
Isn't that just called on the nose?
I don't know. I don't know. But that's all I know about it. But the episode I watched, I don't know what series it was. It had a child and his family dying horribly.
Oh,
And
that
I
sounds
was,
good.
no, I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I get like that. If an author does some shit like that to be like, what do you think of that? I'll be like, hey, you know what? Fuck you. I don't need this in my life. So that was my experience with Fate, and that's the last time I
Hence
tried watching.
why he can't watch Danganronpa because it's too much of that.
Why? Why are we bringing Danganronpa? But
Because I just played Danganronpa V3 and it was really good. It's amazing, and I'm gonna do like my explanation of the end coming up in the near future. So
the end of what? Danganronpa?
yeah, just an explanation of what I believe, my theories on what's going on.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fun, and I'll be here to listen. I don't know.
To drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, how do I even? This was bad. This was. Look. All right. First of all, if you're a fan of the Fate series, this probably, I guess, was for you. So, and you're like searching around, like, oh, I wonder if anyone's talking about Fate, and you get to this podcast, just downvote us and move on because we got nothing good to say about it.
No, nothing good to say
But
about
I
it.
don't want to trash. Like I know what it's like to be a fan of something, and like people that don't get it are like, I don't understand what they did, and then you're just like, Arr! You just want to strangle those people. But
I don't know why you had to affect a southern accent, but okay.
because that's how they sound to me when they're talking about something and they're like they don't know what they're talking about. But
Yeah.
that's like we're gonna do right now, maybe. But
Okay, so what starts off Fate Grand Order Moonlight Lostroom episode 1?
there's this chick with pink hair covering one of her eyes running in a hallway, and they talk about some shit.
At first I thought they were at some futuristic ski resort.
Oh yeah, then they're like, nah, it's 2017, dog.
Oh. And there are like these cool big screens with like swirly patterns going on. I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty nice. I would like to go to that place, wherever that is, whatever it is they do at that ski resort."
Oh, and yeah, whatever it is they do, that's a good way to describe it. But yeah, at first they start talking about some room where people disappear, and like this chick's like, hey, I saw somebody by this room, and the guy's like, oh, that would be weird because that's the lost room where people disappear.
Yeah. This very high tech futuristic um, building has a room in which people disappear, and they don't think to put guards around it or something.
Well,
Make
I mean,
sure
you just
it's
shouldn't have. Well, I don't know. I mean, this is a fantasy thing, but like, I wrote down Curie Light. Who is Curie Light? Was that the purple hair
Curious.
person?
I don't know.
Why did I write that down? All right, so there's this intro where it's Christmas, and I thought it was interesting that I said, "Oh, it's Christmas 2017." And like, usually I just assume anime is happening in some like timeless realm or the future or the past, but I mean, it's not very often you watch an anime and it's like, oh, this is happening right now as you're watching it. So that stood out to me, and
That's what stood out.
well, come on,
The time was current.
yeah, it's it's current year +3,
Current year.
but then we go to this fight where a bunch of people are fighting. I don't know why.
There's a fight in which we have no context, and I don't know, maybe we had to keep up with the whole series to understand what was going on.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like,
We're going in kind of ignorant.
no, but I mean, I don't like that. Like, I don't think you can fucking. I mean, I know there's shows where it's like, oh, you got to know the like, stuff from the past to like to get it, but this is just excessive. This is like, I mean, who are you making the show for? Are you just making the show for the people that have watched the other 9 series and read the manga?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that this is a universe, right?
Yeah, but
So
I've never seen. Well, I'm not gonna say I've never seen, but this is so inaccessible. A new customer, after watching this, would have no reason to even continue interested.
So the characters in this series aren't in. They have to be in other ones.
Dude, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I haven't seen a series that cares so little about whether or not if you know what's going on.
Yeah, if
since
you're not part of the club, then BTFO.
since when did like an anime show become a club where it's like, oh, you don't know? Oh well, fuck off, pleb. Go watch some Naruto.
Now, it's not lost upon us that this is part of a wider universe, and if you are a fan of the show, you've been watching prior series, that you would know what going on. You know what's going on, and you don't have a problem with all these people that are just kind of thrown at you. You probably know who they are, and it's on us to educate ourselves as to who these people are before we criticize this intro in which there is no context. But I would argue along with Alvin that that's not the way you begin a show. Like, there's this big fight and there's no real context to familiarize you with why is this fight important, why these people are important. So I don't give a shit about anybody.
Olga Marie Animusphere.
Animusphere. I was at my own Animusphere at my desk watching some good anime, and even if I was watching the Danganronpa third anime, and even if you've never played the Danganronpa games, that you're just kind of going in not knowing anything, it's still rather interesting. The way it starts.
Yeah. I mean, this show is nothing but acronyms and titles of things, and all right. So this chick Olga Marie Animusphere has this effortless battle where she's like, I'm the best, and then she gets turned naked and grabbed by a bunch of ghosts, and then she's in a room, and we spend the next 22 minutes in this room, and it's great. I wanted it to go the whole stretch, just this long ass conversation with this dude with a hat, some guy off screen we never see named Romani, and a couple of
girl.
Yeah, and the girl with the hair covering her eye.
There is just sitting around and talking, and even if you are a fan of the series, you can't be entertained by that.
Yeah.
You can't. Man, I'm sure glad we've come to the point in the show where they talk.
But I mean, if the conversation was like snappy or lively or interesting, maybe. But I don't know.
And they throw all this babble at you.
Yeah, I was gonna do word association, but I think we should just go down the list.
Yeah.
Chaldea is it confused me because she said my Chaldea, but I thought Chaldea was the name of the organization, but it's also this like
It's the soul of the earth, right?
It's a pseudo-celestial body that copies the Earth's soul. Part of the explanation is like, it was like, well, let's assume the Earth has a soul. And
This
then,
is what it would look like.
and like, oh, so we assumed the Earth had a soul, and then we just built another Earth that was like the thing that we assumed. Like, wait, well, we can
That's
do
pretty
that.
cool. I wish I could do that. Just assume some shit was there.
It's just like, let's just say I had $1 million, and then I just go to
And then
a store and buy some shit.
Buy some stuff.
You got your near future observational lens, Shiba.
Shiba, which means something. Is that
The
an
near future
initialization?
observational lens, that's what I call my eyes.
Wait, so is Shiba an initialization?
No, they just pull. It's just another ass pull where they just reach deep in their ass and they're like, "This looks pretty cool. Put that in there."
Let me crack open a world history book.
Yeah. Organization for the Preservation of the Human Order, or Chaldea. I wrote down
Did
something.
you honestly write brown skin?
Yeah, I just no, because we had like two very brown skinned people show up in the beginning. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a lot of brown people in this. That's interesting. And then
No, two's the limit.
yeah, I know. They had they reached the diversity quota quite early. The Mystic Code, Earth. Apparently, this Earth simulation simulates the Earth for 100 years because that's a nice round number. But they can also go back to the past with lay shifting, maybe.
So they quantum leap.
Yeah.
And I didn't get this at first. Do they pull historical figures
They might. I don't
to
know.
help them fight?
Archetypes
stuff?
is the word I was looking for.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was like. Are they? No, they can't be archetypes because they mentioned Da Vinci.
Yeah, no, I don't. Da Vinci was the only specific name, and that might not have even been the real Da Vinci.
Okay.
You know how they like to name their kids. It's like Leonardo and Donatello and Michelangelo and Raphael. I wrote down like, show this shit while like, if they would have actually shown these things and events, even in stills, while they were talking about it, it would have made a lot more sense. Like,
That's a lot to draw.
no, yeah, but it's like, okay, you've got
They're like, just hold it on this pendulum because we're working with a skeleton crew anime.
To be fair, they did try to represent the Chaldea. They had like an Earth surrounded by like view screens, so they did it once. And there were shots where they like showed them like fighting Centaur like Romans or something. So, but for the most part, the most things they talked about, we were looking at them sitting in a room, looking like they're all smart and shit.
And throwing off these ridiculous names.
Yeah. What else I got in? What else I got in? Fuck this whole conversation. Trismegistus.
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 As in Hermes Trismegistus. But what was Trismegistus in rest?
Trismegistus is something like
Trismegistus, not
Yeah,
Megistus.
that's something that your doctor tells you that you got it, and you gotta take some pills.
Yeah, that sounds like some sort of like testicle ailment.
I know. It's like, God damn it. I was thinking that, but I couldn't seal the deal. The doctor's like, well, I'm afraid you have Trismegistus. Like, oh my balls.
It's Trismegistus.
All right, I like Megistus because it sounds like a name.
It is a name. It's It's Hermes. Hermes Trismegistus is actual.
Really?
Yeah, you never heard of Hermes?
No, I've never heard of
Trismegistus?
Trismegistus.
Oh God, you can't even say the name.
All right. Well, how about Paper Moon? How about you like that? It's a moon made out of paper.
Oh, it's so deep.
Yeah. The imaginary numbers realm. You ever
Like,
been there?
I and like
Imagine a number.
15.
Now go there. See, you did it.
No, not imagine a number. It's imaginary numbers.
Uh,
So I guess the when you that's an
the le-
imaginary number.
all right. Well, there you go.
J.
The possibilities are endless. Zero sale. Anything?
No, a boat with no sail.
The shadow border. That's like, where you go. It's
Is there a wall with where the shadow wall is?
I guess. Like, you keep going, you end up on the bad side of town or something.
Shadow
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, shadow border.
Guy Lev. Oh, then we like all right. So she's talking to this guy named Lev who's got some fucking stupid Rasta hat, and he leaves. And then this
It's
dude.
like a top hat, not a Rasta hat.
Well, he's got the Rasta hair that attaches to the hat.
He doesn't have dreadlocks. He just has curly hair.
It looks horrible.
Okay, no, it does. I agree with you there.
So he leaves, and this dude who looks like every fucking
Anime dude.
Yeah.
Generic anime dude.
yeah generic anime dude walks in and starts complaining about how weak he is, and it's like, yeah, I really want to hear this. That's great. And
And then he turns it around and said, like, well, I just have to fight harder with my mediocrity.
yeah, he's like, maybe being mediocre is actually what I'm supposed to do, and
I'm
that's
gonna
great.
show the world that mediocre can do great things.
And then, like, briefly, the chick is like, I should just kill this fool. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Oh, okay, so they have this conversation where he's like, I suck, and then he's like, oh, maybe I don't suck, and then he goes to a battlefield. I know we're like entering the realm of like visual metaphors and stuff, and like some other guys like, give up, random ordinary dude. The future's fucked, and
And he's like, never.
and then they're in a desert, and he's like, no, I'm serious, it's totally fucked. And then he's like, wakes up, and he's back in the room, and everybody fucking pieced out. And anything else happened for? Oh, then there was like some more explanation about what the place is, but I had checked out by then.
Yeah, it was a really boring episode.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't inspire you to check out more. It doesn't have that. Well, oh God, who put it like that? It was like, and not and then that and like and then what happens?
are you talking about Max Landis?
Does he say that?
He says a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Oh no, I don't pay attention. It doesn't have that like and then what happens?
Yeah.
To it. It just kind of, well, that's it. That's the foundation upon which we will make this anime adventure.
Yeah, like you were saying before, like even if I can imagine, even if I knew about this property and I knew what they were talking about, I wouldn't watch this. This is boring. I mean, or maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe I'd be like, oh, there's some action coming, but yeah, whatever. I don't know. This is the first one we watched and it sucked. I got nothing else. You want to wrap it up?
And I know there's, for the three of you listening that are also Fate fans, there's like, you're wrong. You're two old people who don't know what you're talking about. Go kill yourselves now. Um, we are sorry that we don't get it. That's just our opinion.
Don't apologize for this garbage.
Oh yeah, I'm not apologize. Fuck you, and fuck your anime.
Oh no, never say fuck you to the listeners,
Oh,
even
no,
though
I'm
nobody's
sorry.
listening.
All
right, all right, let's watch something else. Yeah, come on. All right,
We're not watching this. Bye.
bye.